Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here. Get ready for Gnosis. Well, I'm going to show you the two types of radionic energy cells we offer. They're called MEC-TEC manifesting energy cells. And radionic designs are very neutral. You can use them for pretty much everything. While there are specific MEC-TEC manifesting energy cells for specific areas. Luck, extreme abilities, healing, etc. And these are very potent because we program it for you already. You just have to access it and channel it stronger into your life. These are also generally custom made, which means the fact that the energies go directly to you. Now let's take a look at these cells yet again. Now this is the kit that you get, and we recommend that everybody get a kit initially. Once you have a kit, you don't need to buy another one. Now the kit comes with this beautiful charging box, lacquered black wood. Pull back here, I'm getting a little too close with these videos and cutting things off. So the whole idea is that you get this beautiful box, it lasts you a lifetime. It has this charging, clearing sigil on it. Now this energy goes into the box and anything's in there will be cleared and charged. So with your radionic amulets, this makes sure that it doesn't collect any negativity. Another very important thing that is overlooked by so many people is the accumulation of potentially negative energies. And you can charge anything in this box. It's recommended to put things like watches, rings, necklaces, etc. in there. Now when you get it, you get your wrist laser. This is for transferring energy into your biosystem. You get your actual, we call these rods. These are a particular type of laser pointer of a particular frequency, which is in the purple-blue fluorescent range, which is very important for transferring huge energy cells. Generally, you keep a picture of yourself in here, a Polaroid, and it's important you use Polaroids. It's important that you use our cameras for the best results. You also, now we're going to show you the two types of amulets. Now, you have the high-grade gold-plated. It has your cosmic code on the back, which is very important. These are the two. You have to select one of them. You can buy both if you want to. And there are some features which I'll talk about here. But this is the top of the line, gold-plated. It has your actual cosmic code on the back. And this is where the energy is sent to when you put it into it. So your cosmic code is your code in the universe. You are targeted specifically, and your energy goes right there entirely, unless you program for someone else, and we'll talk about that in a minute. These are beautiful. Everybody loves them. Gold does conduct energy, particularly consciousness energy at a very high level. Gold is not just a metal, it's a fantastic actual conductor of cosmic bio-consciousness energy. Important. Not just electrical current, because this has nothing to do with the electromagnetic spectrum. So that's very important to understand. The ancients used gold not because it was shiny and pretty, but gold is an active metal. That's why you can't get it to corrode or anything when it doesn't need polishing, because the metal itself is active, releasing and destroying bad energies. So that's what's so important about gold. And of course, having a cosmic code, your number in the universe, is worth a lot. Now, we also have our basic unit, and we've kept these inexpensive for the time being, and these can be used on anyone, any place. Now, it has the same design on it, except on the back it has a transmitting sigil. And you got to remember, all of these sigils are very much are not just the pictures you see here. There are hundreds of pictures in between here. There are things that amplify this pattern that are inside of here, laid on top of each other, all sorts of sacred geometric patterns, and the same thing here. It's not just this picture. So it's what's inside of it, because using just these pictures alone is very low-level energy. So it doesn't work very well. You have to have these layered energetic, all part of my research of the last 50 years. Now, these don't have the custom particular cosmic code on it. And since they don't have that, it means you can use this for anything and anybody. And that's a plus. So if you want to send energy to someone else, or you want to send specific types of energies that you don't want affecting you, well, you use something like this. If you put energy into this one, it goes directly into your bioconsciousness, and there's basically no way to stop that because your actual energy is built in here with the cosmic code in effect. Now, you want that with pretty much 98% of what you do. But maybe you want to, and if you send energy to a friend or someone else, well, they're going to get a percentage of that energy. But what's going to happen is you're going to get it too. So if you send something to a friend that really doesn't help you, well, you're going to get it anyway. So that's a problem. Now, there's a certain overriding effect, and obviously if you send, let's say, career success, money success, gambling success, well, there's nothing wrong with you getting more of that. But you got to remember that you're going to get whatever's put in here. There's no way to stop that. I mean, it's designed like that to go to you 24/7. Whatever in here goes to you 24/7 because of the code on the back. It's plain and simple. That code does that. This one does not. The thought form, which you reapply to this, and you do that with any type of thing, you're going to do it daily, once a day. It can be sent anywhere, any place, anytime. So whoever you want to target to send energy to, you can do it with this, and that will win. And then the next time, you can send it to somebody else. So you're going to change the thought form in there, and when you want to do that, you can do that anytime, and you just override what you've put in, and you state whom you want it to go to. So generally, you can't use this on too many people at one time. 2 is probably maximum, or it's going to be difficult to manifest at any short period of time. But you can send it to anybody, and you can put any kind of energy in here because it is not directed to you. So hopefully that's clear. So those are the 2 types of these MechTech, and it's manifesting energy cell. That's what it is. These are all amplifiers of your bioconsciousness, and your bioconsciousness is what produces everything. The energies that you use in the bio realm of energies, and I've talked about this, and it's now the complete understanding of how particularly radionic or these kind of subtle energies work. They're not electromagnetic spectrum involved. That is for regular energies that are measurable with regular meters. These are not like that, plain and simple. This energy penetrates Faraday cages and all the things that are designed to stop electromagnetic energies. These burst right through. There's been hundreds of tests done like this to prove that. Sending energies to people in submarines and other places as well. Well, the psychic energy is unstoppable. Does everybody get that? So it's not in the electromagnetic spectrum. So to build things out of particularly metals and other things may actually be hurting the transmission. There is a small amount of energy that is electromagnetic in nature that is combined with this. And that means you're picking up your brain frequency energies, which are measurable in there. And if you use a metal types in general in machines, etc., you're picking that up. But quite frankly, it's so small and minute, it's not important. Now, what do we use these for? Now, using our exclusive laser transmission of energies is very potent. Again, you're not using electromagnetism. You're using photons. Photons have been proven to pick up huge energetic informational fields, and that's why computers are going this way. You put as much information as you want into a photon beam, a laser beam, and it transfers all of it, depending on the frequency of the laser. And that's important because many lasers do not carry huge informational energetic fields, which is what we're dealing with here. The subtle energy physics of it is very important. That's why we have Blu-rays and other things. These carry huge amounts of information that red, green, etc. can't. Now, one of the nice things is our little biofield. Now, this is a typical little instrument that many people use. It's supposed to be very good for your blood and everything else, and your blood tends to clump together. This helps it not. So the manufacturer states, and you get instructions on how to use this in a common fashion if you want. So it's very good for your, generally, it is thought to be very good for your heart, to stop heart attacks, strokes, etc. Very good for people that have sugar problems because your blood clumps together and gets sticky. Well, this is supposed to unstuck it. So, and what is it? Well, it puts out, you trigger it through the center here. You can see the on and off. Hold it down. It comes on, and this is the amount of time that it will put out. This is the kind of lights that it lights up, because what does this do? Excuse me. It has lights in the back, and these go on your wrist and trigger particularly acupuncture points and main blood areas. And you just put it on your wrist, and you let it run. And you have a timer on here. Now let me secure that one more time. Now, all of our electronics are modified too. We place these on special sigils that go into the units, and they change the actual working function of the electronics. These sigils will allow the actual electronics to pick up these super subtle energies. This is another exclusive from Radionic Tech. But what you do is you take after you put a thought form in it, you insert it here underneath there. It's very easy. It's comfortable. And you leave it on there. Usually you don't run this long. It's usually 10 minutes at the most. And it's going to be sending that energy directly into your biofields. Okay? Of course, these all turn off automatically. You get instructions with all this. But you can see here, I don't know if we can get I pressed it down here. Let's get it. Reset it. But as you can see here, you have these lights. When you insert this under here, you're then using the photons to transfer whatever's in here into you. And we all know photons can pick up these huge informational energy fields, and in general. By the way, that's what fiber optics is, people. Fiber optics is when they shoot informational energetic, or not informational energetic, but they're putting actual information into a laser beam that then can pick it up and take it just about anywhere without any problem. Now, it's also very effective, and the only way to transfer large amounts of informational energetic fields, the only way you can do it was lasers. So the same thing is what you do here. The amulets are similar, except for what I've already pointed out, which are the difference between them. As I said, these are on timers. You can use them for other things, which I recommend. It's always a good idea. Health is always a problem. If this does help your heart and possibly can, now I don't make, that's what the manufacturer says, can possibly help with many different types of heart conditions. Well, certainly something people should look at. Of course, here's that box I've mentioned that clears when you put your stuff in here, your MechTech energy cells. When you put them in here, it clears them out. Now, the other thing that you do is you can send the energy directly into your third eye. Now, last one I made, I wasn't far enough back, but let's get back into this again where we can show it a little better. Here we go. So what you do with once you've programmed your actual energy cell, you place it on your third eye, and then you don't have to look at it. You just place the laser. First you hold this on with one hand there, then at the other hand you bring this up and just place it. Make sure you're flat on here, and you won't even see it. Then you just trigger the actual laser into the third eye, 1/1000. You're done. It's instantaneous, people. The only thing, anytime you want to look at this laser, is it working? Yes, it's working. Lasers are dangerous. Be careful. They're not hot. They don't burn. But if you look directly into a laser, you will cause serious damage and possible blindness. That's not how you use it. So, and it doesn't matter which one of these you use. Again, this has stronger energy, but you would do the same thing here. One hand brings it here, the other one you bring this up, 1/1000. And you can do it a couple of times just to make sure. 1/1000, 1/1000, 1/1000. You can see how that lit up a little better to do it. So you can do it 3 times to make sure, because you can't see it. And there's no reason to see it, and you don't want to trigger the laser and then move it. No, you wait until you're flat on here, and then you put this flat on here, and then you actually trigger it. Now, the reason you see this is because, again, this is an upgraded model. This has a glass front on it, which makes this another beautiful aspect of why these are such a treasure to own. This does not, it just has a coating. So all of that is the reason why this is a very special technology. So we all know how important the third eye is, and that matter, how much your entire brain, physical brain, works in generating bioenergetic fields and everything else. They're all linked together. So if you can get energy in here of a specific type right into your areas here, you're going to get great effects. And this is where experimenting with what you put in here, placing it on your third eye here, and then basically your third eye is in the back here. But you can also affect, here's your crown chakra. You do the same thing. And of course you put it on top, and then you trigger this to go in as well. So, I mean, these are, I'm amazed of how ignorant this whole industry of radionics is, that they use old 120 to 30-year-old technologies of condensing crap energies from the environment, which are very toxic, instead of using which are now inexpensive, powerful lasers, which are used for everything in this world now that they can. They're still researching the many uses that they can do for it. Lasers are the way to go. They pick up huge informational energetic fields, which is what, anytime you're using bioconsciousness energies, psychic energies, these aren't tiny little fields. These are, would be considered terabytes and terabytes of information. And if you're know anything about computers, if you try and move a terabyte of information around, it can take hours and very difficult. Use a laser, it is done quickly and instantly. So anything that's in these MECTEX, manifesting energy cells, anything that's in this here is instantaneously transferred now into the entire energy field here, and it's picked up. It's also in a form that your consciousness can handle, which is not electromagnetic spectrum. Now, you can shoot electromagnetic spectrum, magnetic fields and other things, and they make you goofy. It's like taking the ayahuasca. It makes you see things that aren't there. It puts you in fableland. It makes you have experiences that are worthless. The point is, there's been a researcher in Canada that's done that, and people see aliens and everything else. But most likely, they've probably seen aliens all their life because they're everywhere. Maybe the doctor's an alien. So the whole idea is that you just don't want to stimulate things to get party images. Incongruent images that seem to have no value certainly is not going to help you. So it's never ways of inputting or stimulating areas that do anything. It's just, let me have fun things. Let me get loaded, man. Yes, I know the little goblins. I'm Terrence, baby. And, I've seen that. Except I don't do anything. So the whole idea is that this is for technology for people that want to achieve things in life. Machines, dial machines, and all those things, they're basically no longer needed. Now, they are good for very serious people that want to train themselves in-depthly in the use and tuning of radionics. Well, generally, people, that ain't you. You don't buy the training courses, you don't buy the tools, you don't buy anything to make your psychic powers. Now, these are bio-consciousness based. Now, what does all that mean? Technically, it's like this, but it doesn't matter once the energy's in here. What does that mean is that you have very weak thought forms. So these, you need things that will generate and amplify your energies to the highest possible degree. That's what these do. But it's still, I mean, you can just amplify an energy field so much if it's not strong enough. So you don't center yourself, you don't use psychic gym techniques, you don't learn, how to do proper visualization. And that's right, people, you're doing visualization all wrong. And that's why it doesn't produce many results, plain and simple. So if you don't do that, these still work. But, everybody wants them to work where, I want to add 10 feet on. I want to be 10 feet tall. Well, you're not going to do that. I want to win the lottery. Well, it's not going to happen, particularly when you're a weak psychic. So you got to understand what you can manifest as well. I have complete courses from basically birth to grave to take care of you in every phase of your life. It's not just tools. Tools are very critical in the process, but you have to empower your bioenergy field. That means you. And if you're not using this amazing tool in here, which is very difficult to use, very difficult to access your psychic centers unless you train yourself, and even then it's difficult. So you have to use this as an entire system. You need to empower your bioenergy system and use tools. That's what we do. We could dig holes with our hands, Why do we use shovels and so many other tools? Because it's more efficient. But we had to figure out how to dig a hole first with our mind. Then we applied one tool after another until we found the best. The bottom line is you have to do that. You should be taking all the courses. It's laid out on the actual website. We have them in order. We've labeled them. You go, well, how do I train myself? Well, there's no question now. You have to do that. So just getting tools that you want to manifest and putting in what you think is a decent level of consciousness energy ain't. You've got to get to higher levels if you expect to have high-level manifestations. But people don't want to do that. They want to jump ahead. Now, these do work with that, but then this becomes what's called a crapshoot. When you start manifesting things, some things will manifest easier than others. Some go fast, some won't manifest because you are a very poor channel. And if it's a difficult area in your life, if you have different types of problems, and who doesn't? We're full of all sorts of toxic chemicals. We got mental problems. We have parasite problems. All the things that are causing us problems. If you're not using the system completely, it's a constant step down. So your major psychic or bio-consciousness empowerment at the top is way up here. You add all these things down, and you're way low in your power. So that's why tools are critical, and they do work, and you're going to get results. I don't know of anybody who's ever failed. Now, if you're looking for ridiculous results, like winning the lotto and other things, you can make yourself lucky, but you can't make yourself win, luckier at gambling, but you can't make yourself win. So if you win 2 times at the slot machines, you'll probably win 4 times. That's how it works. You can't make yourself win. If that was possible, I wouldn't be selling these at all, people. Let's get real. People that make ridiculous claims look like idiots. And why would I possibly do that? Why would I sell anything if I could manifest millions using this technology? Now, if you're in the stock market, you have ways of money coming to you, you can do that because you have channels to do it. And that's all outlined in What Can I Manifest? Another book nobody buys. And then you wonder why the results you tend to get are there, but they're not at the level you want them to be. Well, it's like everything in life. That's the understanding that few people want to deal with. So as I said, you should get yourself a complete kit to start off with. Once you have these tools, you don't need to buy the kit every time. So you save a lot of money. And that's the way to do it. We have customers that buy almost every one of the amulets that fit their needs, which is a lot of them, and they get one kit. Once you have a kit, you're done. So then you just buy the amulets and have them made to you personally for your different, because you're going to need different amulets for different things. Maybe you're going through some sort of bioenergetic health situation. Well, having a health amulet or energy cell is important. Another one for protection. Maybe you're going in dangerous areas doing dangerous things. So you can break these up, and when we put the actual, let me see, I've got one of these here. Once we put the actual sigils in there, you have something that is very, very potent. So, because we have energies in there. So these energies then can be used for everything. Now, there's the multi one. Here's my armor amulet. Now, this has almost all of our amulets in it. It doesn't have a radionic one because you have to use those specifically. But this is the all armor one. And this is, of course, my older one. We now have the newer gold-plated ones, but this had the actual pictures on the back. But these are great tools as well. We keep updating our stuff as new breakthroughs come through. The cosmic codes make things very important and powerful. So this has most of the amulets in it, and you can see online we don't. So, but these, this is a combination of energetics to actually empower anything you're doing. But you may want something for individual purposes. Maybe you're going through one particular problem, money. We have ones for the stock market. If you're a stock player and not using an amulet, you are really screwing yourself. There's small investments for any decent trades you do that you're successful at should easily pay for your actual MechTech sell for that. So we have them for pretty much everything, and you really must use this technology. People don't use these technologies are really missing out, because all the other old world stuff, visualization alone, and all these other consciousness things are really pathetic, old world, weak technologies that give you poor results. Positive thinking, which is basically a way to set yourself up for failure after a very person. All this stuff is old world, old tech, and works pathetically bad ultimately. Does it help you? Yeah, because you center on something, so you're putting some energy on that. So you get minor improvements, but it's very weak technology. This is the cutting edge, people. We don't need these dial units that people spend all this money on. It's a big waste. Those are for professionals that want to go on to the next level. And we will have dial units in the future for those that want to do that. But where do you get the rates from? How do you train yourself? Radionics is not easy. You cannot get numbers on dials just because you want to try it. You have to be good at sensitivity. You have to learn how to use pendulum. There's 100 stuff that you have to learn how to do when you get a dial machine. And it's well worth it. And if you're instructed right, which I do, and you'll have videos showing you how to do this, well, you'll be able to do it simple and easy. It's just as simple as that. So it's important that you understand the new technologies that are out here. And radionics is not necessarily new, but it has been moved up depending on how you know about it. Old radionics was nothing but what we're doing right now. There was no, and there is to this day, no real radionic unit has any electricity going through the dials. And this I've had since the beginning of radionic manufacture, and I have most of these units. There's no electricity going through the dials. So you're basically using what? Well, you're using a pattern like this that's made out of wires that you're pumping what into? Well, bio-consciousness energies. Psychic energies go into the machine and then are amplified, which is exactly what's happening here. And the one thing nice about wearing something like this is that you can trigger this energy for anything you want anytime. So if you're having a problem someplace and you're out in the field, you're at work, and maybe a storm has come in and you got to go home and it's dangerous, well, you protect yourself right there. Maybe you're going into a dangerous neighborhood. Protect yourself right there. Maybe you want to go buy a lotto ticket and power it. Go to a place where you can buy scratch-offs where you can have a choice and then empower it. So you're going to go on your lunch hour to the casino? Empower it. So, all of a sudden, you ate something bad at lunch? Get the negative energies out of you. I mean, the uses are endless. I mean, why everybody doesn't have one of these is a mystery. Well, they don't know about it. They're being fooled by liars and cheats that want to sell you high-priced garbage, non-electric boxes, Tinker Toy boxes, and most people don't do that in general. But you don't need to have a box. It's all here. What is anybody waiting for? People spend more money on tennis shoes. Dinners out, they drop $150 on, which is not unusual. Things that they never use. Golf clubs, they spend tens of thousands of dollars on. Just playing a round of golf is more money than most of these cells here. What are you waiting for? You have an instant manifestation tool, a tool that will empower your life for the rest of your life. This tool right here should be priced at $10,000. The fact that it's such low in price is an insult, and this will change soon. Our prices will be going up. So we're giving people a break right now, but don't expect that to continue. These tools are too powerful, they're too effective, and they're lifetime tools to be selling them at such ridiculous prices. That doesn't help my research. And everyone that's watching this should be joining Patreon and assisting me so that I can bring this technology, which I know exactly what to do. I just need the time to do it. I need the money to evolve it into the super potent tool it can become. All that takes is money. There's no research being done. I'm applying everything I've learned in the last 40 years in this field and now making it into kick-ass technology. I'm afraid that takes time and money. You should be doing that. You should be a subscription to this channel. YouTube pays you nothing. It's a waste of time. We use this for business purposes. So all of this, if you think something is happening because you view a video, is nonsense. It doesn't do anything. It's a place to store videos and get information out there, and that's the case with pretty much everybody. So you're talking about $50 a month, people. So the whole idea, that's not even a good bottle of scotch. So the whole idea is that this technology is out there. This is a bargain price for however long this lasts and however long these things are continued to be able to be sold. So this is not something you should wait on. Change your life, change it now. It's super easy, and you will get, everybody gets results. It's just that if you think you're going to be getting outrageous results, well, that doesn't work like that. And why should you get something for a couple of $100s that's going to make you millions? Well, what a deal that is. So you have to understand that these things work within your life. If you have ways to bring them, but this is all outlined in the book, What Can I Manifest? You know, that book that doesn't sell because people just make me get stuff. Well, the point is that not doing that, not training yourself, you're only screwing yourself. But if you're spending money on other garbage, on whatever that may be out there, or other fantasy things that a lot of people seem to get out there, all this garbage tech that's out there that people claim they have results for the last 20 years, well, where is the results? There is none there. They talk a lot and they have nothing to show for it. So here are the great tools. We bring this up to a high level right now. We're going on to even another, a level above a high level, a high level, a level above. Well, everything is moving into that as we have more time to perfect delivery of energy and the actual amplification of it. We know how to do it. We just want to make sure we can do it even better. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This shows you the prime tools that are out there that you can easily obtain, and you can change your life with it. This is life-changing technology. It is going to be used for the rest of your life. These are lifetime tools, and they will last a lifetime. These, none of this tech wears off, fades, or anything else. It stays like this for the rest of their life, or at least very close to this. The same thing here. Now, there may be a little wearing off of some of the gold, but that doesn't really affect anything. And you're talking about years and years. They will stay in this prime condition for the rest of their life. What a deal. So I hope everyone is participating. Help as you can. Join Patreon. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a member. We have lots of new stuff, and we tend to announce things here. And then, of course, our real potent information and discussions of a more higher intellectual level are all going to be moving to Patreon. We will be giving only base information on YouTube from this point on. And of course, we're always here to help you. You have your personal mentor, have a question, want to talk about something, well, we are there for you. We always have been and always will. More of the great service you get. And to be able to deal with a master of this technology for 50 years is worth its weight in more than gold.